guys and dolls. So this video I'm going to bring you is, I really need you to watch. And I always say that we need to bring, oh, please watch this one. This one's really important. But you know, this one is really important because of what I'm saying, what I'm telling you in Northern Ireland, what's happening in Ireland, what's happening in England. Keep going on about replacement, how serious it is, how long we got left, what it means to us as Generation X, people in their 50s and 60s are going to be not going to be here for much longer, and the consequences for our children. So there's no other way of doing it apart from taking you out of this country and taking you over there. And this is what this video was about. So I'm going to start the video, let you get into it, and then I'm going to say a few words in the middle, and then I want you to listen very carefully to the Englishman, the citizen journalist who is doing this. And this is what it's all about. This is the only way we can get the word out to our community, is from their community, in the middle of it, dealing with it, and not knowing what to do about it. Enjoy.
Let's see. We're back on the market stall. To be fair, the food does smell good, but I just would not risk it. Not a chance. So I like street food stuff, you know. It's like a throwback to the 60s or 70s, this. Welcome to Oldham, everyone. It is a place, a town in Greater Manchester, UK, and it is home to a huge Muslim community. 18 mosques, I believe, within Oldham, and yeah, some beautiful buildings, don't get me wrong, but I'll be honest, I've got the shock of my life coming here. I thought Liverpool was changed, shall we say, but this is a different ball game, this. So I think I am in the Oldham town centre. There's the Town Hall Tavern, which is a boozer by the looks of things, but there's not much going on, to be honest. Not much of a, you know, it is quite a small town, isn't it? But as for shops, it's the same as any UK town or city. The vape shops, the Romanian Rania shop here, Turkish barbers, cash generators. What else? Oldham bargains here, pizza places. Welcome to Tommyfield Market, and it looks like one of the most depressing market I have ever seen. It's just absolute shite everywhere, honestly. Get your army gear, all here. All your materials on Maya Fabrics. God, that is one depressing market, that. Jesus, tonight. And something I'll never get used to. Look at this. All fruit and veg. I'll go down there. That is absolutely depressing, isn't it? Oh my god. Half of them are empty. And the tables that are full are just full of absolute rubbish. Obviously I don't know where I'm going, but everywhere you turn is quite interesting, I suppose.
So guys, that's the start. That's the first wee bit. I want you to listen to the next bit because that's the most important bit. We've shown you what the country looks like, what has happened to the city, what Belfast will look like, what Ballymena will look like, Larne, Carrickfergus, Portadown, what our countries will look like if we let this happen. So now he's going to tell you how he feels. This is important because this is how we would feel. This is how our kids would feel. Imagine this is your child. Imagine this is your grandchild walking around Belfast. Imagine that as you're watching this.
Absolutely shocked. Shocked to the core I am. Oldham has gone, hasn't it? But you know, infrastructure has been stretched to breaking point. Housing here, especially in Oldham, is under immense pressure with demand far outstripping supply. You can Google that. Before I come, I googled it, and housing was a real huge problem here. And our public services, from schools to NHS, are clearly struggling to cope under the weight of this policy failure, aren't they? But here we are, all accepting it. You know, we all live with it. Our tolerance clearly been mistaken as a weakness. You know, just to remind people, I am actually still in the UK. This is unbelievable. It's absolutely insane. For too long now, you know, successive governments have failed in one of their most basic responsibilities, you know, to safeguard the fabric of our country, our nation, and they've just opened the doors to absolute mass immigration without, you know, proper planning, without our consent, and without, you know, regard for long-term consequences on our communities, our economy, and just our way of life. You know, this is not a matter of blaming anyone that's come here to build new lives. You know, it's about holding accountable the leaders, you know, who chose short-term political gain over the long-term stability of our country. You know, for decades, both Labour and Conservative governments have promised control of our borders, yet year after year immigration figures have remained at historically high levels. Promises were made, promises have been broken, and the result, you know, is undeniable. Towns and cities across the UK have been transformed at a pace never seen before in our history. Now, let me be clear, you know, culture does matter, of course it does. You know, the UK has always been a nation shaped by its traditions and values and shared identity. Yeah, successive governments again have allowed immigration at such a scale that change has been too fast, too unmanaged, too divisive in my opinion as well. You know, instead of integration, too often we see fragmentation, and instead of unity we see division. Now, this is just my opinion, but it's just what I see. I'm sure there's a lot of people that share the same values. Look, let's go down here. The same opinions, sorry, not values. I get a lot of comments, you know, saying we didn't vote for this, the British people didn't vote for this, nor is it what they were ever honestly consulted on, because we never were we? And the referendum of, what was it, 2016, was it, 15? Maybe, I'll put it up on the screen. You know, was a cry for control, a demand that we, you know, us, the people, should decide the direction of our country. Yeah, even since then, you know, the floodgates have just remained open, and this has opened my eyes here in Oldham. As I say, I thought Liverpool was, you know, had changed and the floodgates open there. And this is, you know, the thing is, right, no, it doesn't have to be this way. We can have a fair, controlled immigration system, one that, you know, welcomes those with the skills we need. A little bit like the, you know, the Australian system, one that welcomes those, you know, that want to integrate through and, you know, want to fit in with our values, our culture. We can prioritise our own citizens, you know, our workers, our families, our communities.
So guys, that's it in a nutshell. And you know, this is my way of helping you guys out to understand exactly what's going on. This is my way of contradicting what the newspapers are saying about me being far right, racist and all the rest of it. This isn't far right and racist. This is real life. This is our life. This is our country. You look at it, it's beautiful. You know what I mean? We don't have none of that, what you're seeing in that video here. And there's a reason for it, because we're a Christian country. And why would you bring Muslims into a Christian country? Why would you change a country that's had traditions and cultures that's went on for so long and change it to that? And you listen to the heartache, you hear that guy's heart breaking as he tells you and talks about the changes. He doesn't say replacement, but Freedom Dot does. And that's what it is, it's replacement. And it's coming our way. And the problem is that our politicians are silenced, our newspapers are attacking anybody who speaks up about it, and there's a bigger picture. There's something afoot, as you know, I keep on saying. But listen, guys, we can sort this out by knowledge and information, and it's all power. It makes us powerful, and like you just spread the word around. There's no point me banging on about the same things and everybody attacking me and saying all sorts of mad things and all the wee scribbling about and all the different wee errors, mouthing, bad mouthing Freedom Dad to try and make Freedom Dad out to be somebody he's not. Freedom Dad is just a father. You know, he's not against domestic abuse. He's not an MI5 agent. He isn't a nephew of one of the Shango butchers. I'm just a father. There's no hidden agenda. I'm not here for money. I'm not here for fame. I'm not here for glory. I'm here to save our children. I'm here to save our country. I'm here to save Kilcooly Estate. I'm here to save North Down. I'm here to save Northern Ireland and the South of Ireland. Doesn't make a difference to me, because they're all kids. They're all Christian kids, and that's all that matters to me. And that's all that should matter to you, because as long as we keep divided and keep picking amongst each other, the easier it is going to be for our country to turn into that, what you've just seen: Oldham, Birmingham, Luton, Leicester, London. Is that what you want? Pay attention, wake up. Freedom Dad isn't far right. Freedom Dad isn't racist. Freedom Dad is here to tell you the truth of what's coming and who's trying to silence me, who's against me. Look what the papers are doing. Look how silent the government are. The only people who can save us is the people on the streets, the working class people who are suffering right now in the working class areas with mass immigration, because they're not going into the leafy suburbs. They're coming into our areas, our deprived areas, where we're already suffering with mental health. And as you know, just like England, we've got the same problems with our NHS. Enough is enough. It's time to stand up. It's time to rise up. And it's time to hold your politicians accountable. I'm Freedom Dad, and God bless every single one of you.